You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
How's this?
Afraid I can't.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldorman and Sia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shionne?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Severing wind! Luna Rongo! You're mine! Stardust!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? The sky is mine.
You're mine!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Elusive Ease! Take this!
Raging storm! Here I go!
Swallow Blade!
Take that
Here I
now!
come! It's a ball!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We're in good form! Right, here goes! I'm not done! Come and face me! Take this!
Raging storm! Water!
Here I come! You're mine!
Photon blast!
You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow Blade!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Dragon Swarm! Try this!
Dance in the wind! Mega Blade!
Explosive Ring!
By the power of water! Let's get you all tucked away!
Move it!
Thunder Field!
Severing Wind! This one's all yours!
Hey, one at a time! Spread! Woo!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies! Little help!
Take this!
Glacial Spear!
Wind!
Pierce Evil!
You're mine!
Lightning Raging Cascade!
Mirage!
Elusive
You're
Deity!
finished!
Seal!
No further!
Searing Blade!
No escape!
Now!
Right!
Time! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
Here I come!
Yes, my lady?
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Take that! Lightning
Your
Condemn!
blade moved. I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating.
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
A fish! You saw...
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renan eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Time to try a different spot. Ha! All right. Good fishers always keep their cool. I've got something. She's got a good size to her, all told.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Ha! All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can...
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Looks perfect and tastes...
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
Laser spear. Pierce E. Where are you going?
Take this!
Airborne beast. My style.
Win! Got flyers!
I've got it! Let us blacksmith!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
My turn!
Pounce this.
Strike!
Air Mega Ray.
You're on! You're mine! Severing Wind!
Pierce Evo.
You're mine! It's over!
Here! Catapult! Let's get you all tucked away.
Swallow Ray! You're mine! You're finished! Severing Wind!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Air
To
thrust!
Severing Wind!
Lightning Ray!
You're mine!
Wind!
You're finished!
Air thrust!
You're on!
Hear me!
Can you take it? You're mine! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art. When he slows down, that's our chance. I'm not done.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
You're mine.
Take
You're
this!
finished.
Elusive deity!
Take this.
Can't get out of this!
Photon flash!
Severing Wind.
Elusive
Take
deity!
this. Dragon Swarm.
By the power of water.
Elusive take this! You're mine!
Here I come.
Can't get out of this!
Totally. In an instant. Impact Block. We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Air thrust! Photon
Another incantation ruined.
Strike. Luna Rondo.
I'm ready! Begin!
Kisara. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renin who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renins have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history.
I've been doing really great lately.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Bad feeling about this.
Great, you go, Alpheny! Mega Ray! Here! Annihilation! Hit! Flameless Fury! Burning Strike! What? I'm not so good with airborne targets. Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil!
Freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Shionne, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Here! Mega Ray!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Severing Wind!
Annihilation!
Stun
Gale
up!
Force!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Now! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! You're finished!
Laser Wave!
Can you take it?
You're mine! Ha!
Now!
Resonate with...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Gale Force! Lightning condemned! Thunder Blade! Fierce Evil!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer!
Take this!
Elusive Deity!
Win! You're mine!
Now! Glacial Spear! Fierce Evil! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Could have been worse.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Take it! Run! Severing Wind!
Can't get out of this!
Here I come!
It's a duel of the arts!
Come one, come all!
Cocky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Now you see what I can do!
Light Astral Energy! Searing Flame! Reload!
You're mine!
Prepare to
Leave
be
the enemy
seared.
arc to Glacial Spear!
No complaint here!
Less talking, more doing!
Try this! Explosive!
Another incantation ruined!
Astral Energy!
Elusive Deity!
Air cover the caster!
Rotating
Searing Flame! Reload! Lightning! I never miss! Go there!
Okay, here I go! Win!
Dead! Breath! Annihilation! Lightning! Death Blow! Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Eat this!
Heal!
You're mine! Severing Wind!
Well,
In a
we're on the home
bind.
stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Dragon Swarm!
I thought you were going to wreck me. I'm not nearly finished yet, and I'll provide assistance however I can.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
You're mine! It's
Do
over!
it! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Severing Wind! I owe you one. Thrust! Swallow Blade!
Resonate with the
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Where are you going? Glacial Spear!
You're mine!
Here's evil!
Wind!
In here! Freeze!
You're on!
I'm not!
Swallow Blade!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
It's over!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Dance in the wind!
Here I come! This one's all mine! You're mine! You're finished! Searing Gale!
It's showtime!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
yourselves! This one's tough! I'll take you all on!
My extra energy!
It's over!
Here!
Swarm!
I'll be taking this one!
Take this!
You're mine!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil!
Can you take it?
Freeze blast! Raging cascade!
Win!
By the power of
Here I come!
Enemy deals R2.
You'll soon see about that!
Mirage! You're finished!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm ready! You're mine!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
An opponent like this should be easy. Not today! No further!
Light
Here I come!
Leave the agile one to me.
Searing gale!
Lightning!
Dragon form! Damn it! Explosive ring! Reverse!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Win!
Lightning! Raging cascade! In here!
Dragon
Leave the
form!
ensnaring to me.
Now!
To me!
Rotating severing wind!
Resonate with
It's
the
over!
earth.
Take it! It's over!
Dance in the way array! Air thrust!
Take it!
Now!
It's over!
Astral energy! Full throttle! With this, I can become even stronger!
Hey, new equipment!
More Dahna runes here too, I see.
What were people even...
Out of our way!
Take this!
Go!
Win!
Only getting started!
Elusive deity!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Dragon form!
Graviton! Light astral energy!
Here I come!
Pierce evil!
Severing wind! Mirage!
Freeze laser! Bronze and red! Don't mind if I do! Flame of
Severing
fury!
wind!
Burning strike!
Glacial
Spear! Here's the wind! Air thrust!
Rondo!
Freeze lancer!
You're mine!
Resonate
You're
with the
finished!
earth.
Severing wind! Mirage!
Bullseye!
Take
Lightning
this!
descent! Pierce evil! Thunder blade!
Dragon
Freeze
form!
laser!
Frick, not a chance! Mirage! Eat this!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come! Severing wind! Mirage! Okay, here I go! Swallow blade! You're mine! Dragon form! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, this one will be difficult to predict.
Come and face me! Wind, my friend! Searing gale! Dragon form! Try this! Elusive deity!
I'm only getting started! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that
You're
vein.
mine!
Resonate with the
My
earth.
lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Gathering incantation ruin.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique?
We're stronger together than we are apart.
What's this thing?
What a rush!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
Little help!
You're mine! Win!
Begin!
You're on! It's over!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Confiscated!
Here I come! Stardust! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight! I'm ready! Long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! You're mine! No further! You're finished!
More for the
Win!
Searing flame!
Begin! Storm Blade! You're finished!
Can you take it?
You're mine! Win!
Rotating pile driver.
Stardust! Here I come!
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Lightning
Resonate with the earth.
Strike!
Excellent technique. Color your weapons holding up. That's not to give me any ideas. Perhaps we ought to recuperate for a while.
I agree. Fighting in this state would be reckless.
Coming through.
Pierce evil! I never miss!
Elusive deity! It's over! Eat them!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Lightning Flame Lancer!
Take this!
I'll face you.
Win!
Do it! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come!
Elusive
You're
deity.
on!
Rotating pile driver.
It's over!
Sleep now! I'll be
Severing Wind!
Take this.
Glacial Spear!
Elusive deity. In a bind.
Freeze Lancer!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
Face you.
Here!
You're on!
Stockpile!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Gemini Crush!
You'll find no mercy. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Whoa! 1 at a time!
I couldn't make it in time.
Lightning I'm all Thunderblade!
Stalagmite.
Nano Ray! This one's mine! Dance in the wind! In here! Hear me! Flame of Fury! There with the earth! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Gale Force! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! 1 at a time! Resuscitation! Spread! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Not in your dreams! Freeze Lancer!
Severing Wind!
Alright!
You're on!
Here I
You're
go!
finished!
Dance in the wind!
I'm ready! Severing Wind! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our...
Less talking, more pummeling.
Everyone's still in one piece?
An opponent like this should be easy. Eat dirt! Here I come! Severing Wind! Searing Gale! It's over! Dragon Swarm!
In a bind.
Here I come! It's over!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Severing Wind! Elusive Deity!
Now!
You're on!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Looks like it could be worth something.
see you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! No!
Now, Fear! Pierce
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
I can feel my precision improving.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
lost!
No escape!
Annihilation!
It's over!
Mega Red! Wind Astral Energy!
Here I come! Win!
Sleep now!
Here I come! Fly! It's over! Severing wind! Take this! It's over! You're finished! Here I come! It's all mine! You're mine! Ignite! Take this! Strike!
I've used too much.
Here I go! Mirage!
Now!
You're finished! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together, like a finely timed waltz.
Mirage! Take this! Here I come! You're finished! I'm ready! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! You're mine! Severing wind! You're mine! Swallow blade! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! I can feel my power growing!
Guess I misread them.
Hi, Hoodle!
Now you see what I can do!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Air thrust!
Rising Phoenix!
Light Astral Energy!
Resonate with the earth! Ignite!
Raging Cascade!
Excellent technique.
How are your weapons holding up?
Best not to give me any ideas.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wound.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Win!
Confiscated! Annihilation!
You're finished!
Into the shadows! Light Astral
Take
Energy!
this!
Whoa! One at a time! Into
Win!
the shadows! Raging Storm!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together, like a finely timed
Lightning
waltz.
condemned! Searing
You're
Storm!
mine! Eat this!
I'm on a roll! Cover the capture! Mega Red!
You're mine! Take this! Win! It's over!
Now! I'll be saving this
No escape! Severing wind! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Slash!
Do it!
Here I come! Not a chance! No escape!
Resonate with the earth!
Here's the
Take
evil!
this!
Dance in the wind!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Burning!
I must keep striving.
You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does. which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why? said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Anything in armor is all mine! Not a chance! Severing Wind! You're mine! Take this!
Sleep now. Where are you going?
Take this! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Take this! Ignite! It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
Dragon Form! Try this! Take this!
Will this
Here I
hurt?
come!
Hit! Healing circle! Hey, that
Take this!
Gale
Take
Force!
it! You're mine!
Annihilation!
I'll smash you!
Mega
You're mine!
Thank you!
Dragon Form!
Light action! Flame! Reload!
You're mine!
Here I go! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Shining Revolver!
Catapult!
I'll heal you all!
Resonate with the earth!
Healing circle!
Stalagmite! Forgive me!
I'll bring you
My
back
death.
from death to
Over?
Resuscitation! Let them mother! I still have some fight left in me!
Stalagmite!
It's over!
Prepare to be
Lightning!
taken!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Heal! Enjoy being interrupted! Not done yet!
Take
this! Take this! Strike!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Enjoy!
Laser! Proton Blast! Here goes!
Fall no further! You're finished!
Healing circle!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Dragon Form!
I can't hold on much longer! Into the shadows!
Take this! I can carve through armor!
I'm all
Stalagmite! Struck!
My elemental energy!
Dragon Form!
This one's mine!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shionne, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shionne!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shionne, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shionne, are you sure you're okay?
Shionne, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shionne was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahna astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shionne to rest. Hey.
Finally made it.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just... that big tower over there?
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket.
Aw, who's a good boy? Wait, why am I petting you?
This should definitely keep you guys full.
You okay, Shionne? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's just...
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shionne.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before. Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine.
We're up.
Almost ready to leave.
You guys checked your equipment lately? This way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Guess I misread the landing.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Dahnans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Dahnan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Dahnans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Dahnans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Dahnans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionne has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Bayfon, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're Alphen, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Dahnans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Dahnans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and your little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Dahnan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifan? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shionne said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye's signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shionne. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed. Music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dahna as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the...
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Right, here goes! Take this! You're finished!
Yours are not the skills you just...
Save your compliments. We have to move.
The heavens must be smiling.
That's a big Zoogle.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can take it.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
It's in your hands now.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough. Go for the weak point! Resuscitation!
Not done yet! You're mine! Severing
I'll
wing!
bring you back from
This
death
one
to
keeps
death.
charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Form! Take this!
Elusive deity!
Okay, here I go! Try
Your
this!
helping me has become a pattern.
For the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Can't move!
I couldn't make it in time. This is some punishment.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Armor won't save you!
Here, let me
I owe
help.
you one.
First enemy is mine. I'll be saving this
Strike.
one. Bring you back from death's abyss.
Take this! You're finished!
This is
Lightning condemn!
My pride is let down.
Thunderblade! Annihilation! me help!
Resonate with the
First
earth!
aid!
Stalagmite!
This is some punishment.
Searing flame! Reload! I'm out of ammo! I'm all stuffed up! Annihilate! Magna ray! Gemini aqua! Gravitas field! Magna ray! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Gemini aqua! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
It's so fast!
I can't believe this.
We finally made it.